simplify their lifestyles by removing temptations and also focusing their energies on religion and on getting closer to God. By all means, Ramadan is significant because it is the month that Allah, or when Allah revealed the Holy Quran to the Muslim people, and during Ramadan, Muslims are called upon to re-evaluate their lifestyles. This is a very important aspect that we want to talk about in details, because also Muslims are required to make amends with others and others who have done them harm in the past. It becomes compulsory for Muslims to start fasting so long as they are healthy, sane, and have no disabilities or illness. The elderly, of course, and the mentally ill are exempt from fasting, and we are honored to have with us Dr. Magda Amer. She is a scholar of Islam, and she is also a consultant of alternative medicine, to talk to us more about the holy month of Ramadan. Thank you very much, Dr. Magda, for being with us.
Ramadan Kareem.
Same to you. Dr. Amer, all the religions and all the divine messages, they, among the rulings, all of them unify on fasting, each in their own right.
Yes.
So we want you to talk to us about the wisdom behind fasting when you believe in something. Why is it in particular that we should fast?
Let's say first the virtues of fasting, because the impact of fasting, we can see it on the emotional level, on the physical level, and on spiritual level, of course. So proper fasting has to be conducted. That means it's not a matter of abstaining of eating and drinking and desires. No, not at all. It's a whole conduct. Every Muslim should adhere to moral values. And should like have the Prophet ﷺ as a proper image of Siyam Khusus al-Khusus. What is Siyam Khusus al-Khusus? That means is a special fasting of the heart. That means releasing all the negative emotions. Fasting of the brain, releasing all the negative thoughts. Fasting of the vision by lowering the gaze, etc. Fasting of the tongue by safeguarding the tongue of any insult or any backbiting or gossiping, etc. Fasting of the ear, it's whole morality. And mainly the Prophet ﷺ said, if you don't fast the proper way, the fruits of fasting could be only thirst and hunger. No merits whatsoever. And when we look to the merits and the virtues and the mashallah, the rewards of fasting, they are amazing. First, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's the only one who rewards about this good deed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, كل عمل ابن آدم فهو له إلا الصوم فهو لي وأنا أجزي به. That means angels cannot find any reward for the fasting. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants the reward by Himself. If you compare it to prayers or zakah or whatever good deed, the angels, they know how to record the reward. When it comes to fasting, only Allah is the one granting the reward. So it's amazing. And there is a special door named Rayyan. This door is only for the faster. Only the faster Muslim enter or cross this door. None of the others can cross this door. So we don't know even the other names of the gates of the paradise. There are 8 gates and a special gate for the one who is fasting. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also promised those who fast the proper way that it will be an expiation of their sins. Ramadan kaffara lima baynahum. So it's an opportunity for everyone to just erase his sins and purify himself on every level. And we know that fasting and Quran intercede on behalf of the Muslims on the Day of Judgment. So the fasting will talk and say, I prevented him of eating and drinking and fulfilling his desire. And the Quran will say, I prevented him of sleeping. So we need intercession, of course. And also the Muslim will experience 2 joy. The first joy once he break his fast, and the second joy is on the day of judgment when he see the reward is amazing, unlimited. Why unlimited? Also because it requires patience. إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بغير حساب. That means those who are patient, their rewards is unlimited. So why patience is connected to fasting? Because patience, one of the purpose of being patient is not only patient for tribulations or tests or whatever. No, it's also patience for worshiping Allah, and patience to avoid to commit any sin.
Dr. Magda, I want to know from you as a scholar, why was the month of Ramadan chosen to be the month of fasting and the month when God revealed the Holy Quran?
Well, if you notice in the whole Quran, the only name of the only month that is mentioned in the Quran by name is Ramadan. كتب شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. This is the only month that was mentioned in the Quran. Why? Because it is a blessed month. It is a very special month, of course, during which the Quran was revealed. Not only this, there is one day during Ramadan is the predestination day. In this I mean Laylat al-Qadr, I'm talking about especially Laylat al-Qadr, the night of that day. This night, the worship during that night equal to 83 years of adoration, of worshiping. So ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها. I mean, we showed that it is better, one night only is better than worshipping Allah for 83 years. Not only this, particularities of Ramadan is every day, subhanAllah, Allah keep away the face of the Muslim a distance equal to 70 years, covered in 70 years, away from hellfire. So like by the end of Ramadan, inshallah, we are safe from hellfire. Just so the beginning of Ramadan is mercy, forgiveness in the middle, and inshallah saving from paradise at the end of Ramadan. And as we said before, it's an expiation of our sins. So every Muslim should like strive hard to multiply the good deeds because the reward is amazing, and we all seek, of course, to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be safe from hellfire. So we shouldn't waste time. We shouldn't like gossip or chit chat or watching TV like futilities and all this. Don't waste time because this is an opportunity, and Ramadan is the only opportunity to expiate and save ourselves, inshallah.
Right, Dr. Amir, you've just said one very important thing or point. You pointed out to the fact that one night with faith, where you're trying to talk to God and try to practice the prayers and everything is better than a whole month. So what are the rulings of Islam when
it's better than
1,000 years, not the whole month. So it's even much more than I mentioned.
Yeah.
So what are the rulings of Islam when someone is praying and fasting but without real faith, and someone is not as praying as much as and fasting as not as much as the first person, but with real faith, and also with practices of Islam, the real essence of Islam, with the good behavior of Islam.
Exactly, because the purpose of
which
fasting,
is better?
Yeah, they have to understand the purpose of fasting. In this case, they will apply the proper way. The purpose of fasting is not only to feel sympathy to the poor and just starving and feeling the hunger and thirst. The purpose is not to healing purpose. No, not only, because some doctors will prohibit, of course, fasting. So the main purpose, as the Quran is mentioned, كتب عليكم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. So it was prescribed for you to and it was a calling every Muslim to fast, in order to achieve a very important thing. A goal is piety. Piety means to be following all the rules of Allah, the commandments of Allah, to keep away of this worldly life and worldly affairs during Ramadan, of course, to seek the pleasure of Allah, to seek to taste even the sweetness of faith. Sweetness of faith is what is multiplying during Ramadan, especially all the good deeds. Not only fasting, no, we have prayers, extra prayers like the prayers of Taraweeh, where we read the Quran. We should read the whole Quran and interpretation of the Quran. We should invocate Allah and express our gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Supplications, of course, keeping the kinship with others, with the family, especially strengthen this bond. And forgive the others if there was any injustice or any bad conflict between members of the family. Feeding the poor, this is number one, of course. You have to encourage and especially sympathy, and because we know the reward when we feed the poor, you have the same exactly, subhanAllah, merits as if you were the one fasting. I mean, لا ينقص من أجر شيئا. So this is it's a sense of unity, sense of fraternity, sense of belongings. We feel it in Ramadan because we eat at the same time, we break the fasting at the same time, mashallah, and we feel the Muslim community are really united.
Well, these are very good values with which we would like to wrap up this edition of the Breakfast Show. Thank you very much, Dr. Magda Aimer, Scholar for Islam and Consultant of Alternative Medicine. Thank you very much for being with us this morning. Thank you all for being with us this morning. Thank you, Dina.
My pleasure, Helen.
And do stay tuned. The French transmission coming up right after this.